This is the Traeger Pro 575, a wood pellet grill and smoker that promises oven-like consistency with real wood flavor and app control. I went in skeptical about smart features on a grill and whether 500 degrees Fahrenheit would be enough for searing. After a lot of cooks, ribs, brisket, chicken thighs, pizzas, and weeknight veggies, here's how it actually feels to live with. The Pro 575 looks clean and purposeful. Matte black powder-coated steel, a vertical barrel with a right-side chimney, and a sturdy sawhorse stance on big wheels. It's 53 inches tall, 41 wide, 27 deep, and weighs about 124 pounds. That weight isn't just for show, it's stable. I can roll it around my patio without drama, and it doesn't wobble while I'm moving grates or loading meat. The main cooking area is porcelain-coated steel, not cast iron, so it resists sticking and cleans up pretty well, but it won't hold as much heat for heavy sear marks. The left side hopper holds 18 pounds of pellets with a rear cleanout door that's actually useful when swapping flavors. The controller is simple, a small monochrome screen and a chunky dial. No flashy touchscreen, but it works with gloved hands and in light rain, which matters more to me than animated menus. One note, this is single-wall steel. It heats up on the outside, and in cold weather, you can feel the heat bleeding off. Setup was straightforward. Assembly took me a little while with the socket set, but nothing complicated. Connecting to Wi-Fi was the only hiccup. It only speaks 2.4 gigahertz, so on my mesh system, I had to create a temporary guest network to get it to join. Once connected, the app stayed stable. From my experience, the WiFIRE control is what separates this from a lot of mid-range pellet grills. I check the pit temp and the included meat probe from my phone, tweak temps in 5-degree steps, and use keep warm if dinner runs late. Ignition is quick for a pellet grill. I usually hear the fire catch within 5 to 10 minutes, then it climbs. It reliably reaches 225 degrees Fahrenheit for smoking in under 15 minutes and 400 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit in roughly 15 to 20 depending on the weather. Hitting 500 degrees Fahrenheit is doable, but if it's windy and cold, it can take longer. The turbo temp bump after opening the lid is real. If I'm flipping burgers or basting chicken, it recovers heat faster than older models I've used. For anyone new to pellet grills, the controller here is PID-based. Think of it like cruise control for heat. It constantly corrects by feeding pellets and modulating the fan to stay near your set point. My chamber readings are usually within 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit of target, which means I can run long cooks without babysitting. Flavor is that clean, thin blue smoke profile. It's wood-fired, but not heavy or sooty. In my opinion, this is perfect for ribs, poultry, and pork shoulder, where you want clarity and a nice bark without bitter notes. If you're chasing a deeper, campfire-style punch, the Pro 575 doesn't have a dedicated super smoke mode. I add a smoke tube when I want extra intensity at 180 to 225 Fahrenheit, and that's worked fine. Searing is the one area where physics pushes back. The firepot sits under a baffle and a drip tray, so food never sees direct flame. I can crisp chicken skin and do burgers nicely at 450 to 500 Fahrenheit. But steaks don't get that steakhouse crust unless I use a cast iron skillet or aftermarket grill grates to concentrate heat. Once I started treating it like a convection oven with wood flavor and using cast iron for sears, my results jumped. Pellet use has been reasonable. At 225 degrees Fahrenheit, I'll bone roughly a pound-ish per hour depending on weather and pellet brand. At higher temps or in winter, it climbs. The 18-pound hopper is plenty for an overnight smoke. My tiny gripe? Pellet bags are 20 pounds, so I always end up storing a couple pounds separately. The hopper cleanout door is great for switching from, say, hickory to cherry without scooping by hand. Maintenance is the trade-off for the convenience. There's no ash drawer, so I pull the grates, foil-lined drip tray, and heat baffle every few cooks and vacuum the firepot. It's not glamorous, but it prevents flameouts and ugly relights. I scrape the grease chute often because it's a choke point. If it clogs, grease will pool inside, and that's a fire risk. I always let the shutdown cycle finish, about 10 to 15 minutes, so the firepot clears properly. Shortcutting that is how you get backburn into the auger. On reliability, the D2 direct drive auger has felt strong. I had one soft bridge from longer pellets and could hear the motor pulse and clear it on its own. Keeping pellets dry is everything. I store them sealed. Wet pellets turn to cement in the auger, and no motor likes that. Power-wise, I learned not to share a circuit with big tools. A cheap extension cord and my shop vac on the same outlet caused one controller reset. A good outdoor rated cord and a clean circuit fixed it. Key features that actually affect cooking. The D2 brushless motor and variable speed fan Let the PID controller make really small, smart adjustments, so temperature is steady. TurboTemp noticeably shortens heat recovery after opening the lid. WiFIRE works well once you get it on 2.4 GHz, and the app's grill guide recipes are great training wheels. Tap the RID program and it steps through temps automatically. The 575 square inches of space have been enough for family cooks. I've done 4 chickens, several racks of ribs, or a full sheet of wings without crowding. The included meat probe is accurate after a quick calibration and saves me from lifting the lid constantly. Things I wish were different. Single-wall steel means higher pellet burn in winter and a hotter exterior. The 500 Fahrenheit max is fine for most meals, but not a steak monster without cast iron. No built-in pellet sensor out of the box, so I keep an eye on levels manually, and getting it onto a blended 2.4/5 GHz mesh took an extra step. None of these are deal breakers for me, but they're worth knowing. It's perfect for folks who want smoked ribs on a Sunday with minimal fuss and the ability to roast vegetables or bake a pizza on a Tuesday without watching a fire. From my experience, the Pro 575 behaves like a dependable outdoor oven that happens to run on hardwood pellets. It won't replace a screaming hot gas grill for direct flame steak sears, but it will make you incredibly consistent at the food most people cook most often. I'd recommend this for anyone who values ease, steady temperatures, and app control more than max heat. If you live where winters bite, add the Traeger insulation blanket and you'll save pellets and keep performance up. If you're after heavier smoke, plan on a smoke tube. If searing is your priority, pair it with cast iron or keep a small gas sear burner on hand. In conclusion, the Traeger Pro 575 has earned its space on my patio. It's reliable, the temperature control is honest, and the WiFIRE app is more than a gimmick once it's connected. In my opinion, the strengths outweigh the quirks, and it's become my go-to for ribs, chicken, pork shoulder, and any set-it-and-relax cook. If you want wood-fired flavor with less stress and a clean user experience, this is a strong pick. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own Pro 575 tips in the comments. Thank you for watching.